Hey, what is up guys? Today is Sunday, November 15th, 2020, and I have a very fitting meal cold weather to review today, as it is very cold and windy. This is a US MCW, menu number 9, rice and chicken Mexican style. So I bought this a couple months ago and decided to eat it today. So today will be the first Sunday that I will have reviewed an MRE since the start of this channel, which is interesting. So let's get this opened. So let's see the contents inside. Pretty excited to try this out. Of course, all the freeze-dried meals in the US meal cold weathers are produced by Mountain House, and I have not had their Mexican-style chicken rice. All right, so let's review the contents. So we have cranberries sliced. So this is a 2017 production, a mid-late 2017 production on the 219th day. Ooh, Mocha Dessert Bar. Wow, haven't had that one before. Very excited. 18 grams of sugar in something this big? That's ridiculous. I mean, that could be a lifesaver. But definitely not for daily consumption. On top of that, we get a nice sugary cornbread with 260 calories. Trans fat free, of course, TFF. Which is very nice. Accessory packet with all the standards. Our main course, which is Mountain House produced, of course, Mexican style rice and chicken. A nice MRE classic spoon. And a beverage powder tropical punch. So let's start by rehydrating the main, because it's really cold and I don't want the water to get any colder than it is now since it's still warm. So let's cut this open and yeah, you can hear that hiss. Nice vacuum packed, vacuum sealed, of course. Generally, you want to cut it open from the top, because if you do rip it, you could tear along this line, which would then render this bag useless. So let's crush some air into there. Whew, it's cold from the wind. Hopefully I can rehydrate this soon. So it seems like we have beans, maybe some corn, definitely some rice. You see chunks of chicken. That's a carrot right there. Let's try a bean. Why not? It's very flaky. Not very flavorful. And some chicken. Let's put that. The powder definitely has a chipotle flavor. Very much Mexican indeed. Very good flavors. All right, let's see how much water to put in here. I don't want to put too much water. It says 16 ounces. Okay, perfect. I have 16 ounces right here. Filled to 16. Let's add just a bit less than what we would normally put, since I don't want to overhydrate it. So I left about 2 ounces of water. So let's squeeze this nice so it distributes evenly. Look at that, all these air bubbles. Oh, it's nice and warm. It's really satisfying to feel this bag. But you definitely want to get it nice and hydrated, even at the bottom. The bottom is where it tends to not get to. So you could feel it distribute evenly, and that's when you know it's good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, depending on how fast the other components take. And yeah, we're just gonna leave this on the side. All right, let's move on to our snacks. You guys can probably hear the wind in the background. It is very, very windy. I'm gonna show you guys. Look at that. It's a sight to be seen, but the weather is getting colder. It is mid-November. All right, sliced cranberries. Lots of sugar in there as well. Very nice and plump and red. And you get a lot of them, actually. These you can also get in the normal MREs, so these aren't exclusive to freeze-dried or cold weather ones, whereas the Mocha Dessert Bar is. So let's just try these. Very sweet, very flavorful. I mean, what else can I say? These are absolutely delicious. These taste way better than the raisins. Wow. They're quite addicting too. They're plump, they're not dry. The second you put them in your mouth, they're really moist. And the sugar flavor is just amazing. It's very intense. All of that sweetness. So some of them are stuck together, but for the most part, they're really nice. All right, time for more sugar. Mocha Dessert Bar. So I've never actually seen these with my actual eyes before, so I can't wait to see what this is like. So far it seems like just a chocolate bar. Some chocolate powder on the outside. Kind of got stuck to the side. So this is a very small bar. I don't have big hands, but look at that. 18 grams of sugar in here. So, okay, there's no filling inside. So I guess this thing is just like a solid, just solid overall. So I'm expecting this to taste a bit powdery. It hydrates into like a little slush or something. I'm not really sure. This doesn't look too good, but let's give it a try. First of all, the smell, it smells like a very sweet Dunkin' Donuts coffee that they would have at this time of year. It's, I don't really know. I took a small bite. Oh my God. That is so sweet. You gotta be kidding me. That is ridiculously sweet. Yes, the mocha flavor is on point, but it's so overwhelming. The second you bite into it, this pungent chemically flavor just permeates through my nostrils. It's ridiculous. I mean, just in tiny bites. Let me try a tiny one. Let's see. It's not too bad, but like, just like a tiny bit's enough. That's all I can say. I mean, if I had to survive, this is ideal. I mean, this is all my sugars, lots of carbs, calories, and some fats too. So, pretty good for that. If I'm in the field, of course. All right, let's try the trans fat-free cornbread. MRE cornbread has been one of the staples and one of my favorites to review, as it is always fresh and absolutely delicious. So you get a nice hefty piece, and immediately I can smell the cornmeal flavor. It's very good. It smells really fresh. It smells really fresh. I'm not even kidding. This golden brown color as well. It's absolutely beautiful. This is why this is one of my favorite items to review. Here we go. Tastes like it was baked yesterday. Not even kidding. Not too overly sweet, but this thing will go well with any main course. So I'm gonna save a couple bites of this to go along with the spicy and savory and salty Mexican style rice and chicken. Not dry at all. The texture, I mean, sometimes fresh cornbread can be a bit more gritty and it could disintegrate or fall apart a bit more easily, but this doesn't fall apart as easily. So you can kind of imagine. But it's not as dense as like a dense cupcake, for example. So this is really nice. Let's finish this one. Absolutely delicious. All right, so you don't get too many sides and snacks here, but the main course will be very big, so that will make up for it. Again, it's a lot of sugars, so you don't need too much of it anyway. Let's get to the accessory packet now. Meal cold weather. So you have gum, damn climate matches, hot sauce. I will be using that very shortly. I'm very glad that this was included, so I'm gonna put that there. Sugar, we don't need any more of that. This is freeze-dried coffee, instant coffee. Haven't seen this packaging before. We have toilet paper, moist towelette, which we'll be using right after we finish our drink, and non-dairy creamer. So very, very standard, quite minimal, with the exception of the hot sauce, which is a lifesaver. Makes the meal a lot more palatable and everything. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. All right, so the last item we'll try before we go on to our main course while it's rehydrating is the beverage-based powder tropical punch. Now this is essentially a little pouch that you can drink right out of, which is very, very handy. So it says add 12 ounces of water. And of course, it also gives you instructions if you have to purify your water with purification tablets. So yeah. We've had tropical punch before, and it's basically red Gatorade. It's very pink and powdery on the inside, but we'll rehydrate this right now and see what happens. Okay. The wind's getting pretty strong now, not gonna lie. All right, so let's pour the water in. Okay, that's a bit more over the fill line than I would like, so I'm gonna sip a bit of it out. I put like 14 instead of 12 on accident. So let's shake it up. It's nice and easy because once you actually fill it up with water, you can just grab it with your hand. So good design, like it a lot. My favorite one of these drinks is definitely the cappuccino that they have in the normal MREs. You can put hot or cold water there, and they only put 6 ounces in those. But those are my favorite. Now let's shake it for like 10 more seconds. Since it's cold, the sugar's not really gonna distribute as well into the colder water. So, or I mean, melt into the water. So, oh shoot, almost dropped that. All right, let's open it up and give it a try. Look at that. And those bubbles are normal for when you shake it up a lot. So let's try it. Still ever so slightly chunky, but the flavor's on point. Tastes like Gatorade. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of electrolytes in there. Pretty good, pretty good. But quite standard, so it's what you'd expect. All right. Now, we shall move on to what we've been waiting for, and also what I'm dying to eat because it's freaking cold outside. All right, let's get the spoon out of here. There we go, standard. Not flimsy at all, once again. Very firm. Moist towelette. Gotta love the refreshing moist towelette, and it's latex free as well. So if you're allergic to latex, good for you. You can use these. Look at that, very moist. You see those soap bubbles. Oh man, this is freezing my hands. The packaging just flew away, so I'm gonna have to retrieve that later. So much wind. But yeah, 10 out of 10 moist towelette. Let's get on to the Mexican style chicken and rice. All right. So let's move everything here to the back. Just have it in sight. Whew, it's a nice warm pouch. Very hungry. Let's take a look at the nutrition facts first. So this whole thing is 650 calories. Not too much fat actually, and 1,600 milligrams of sodium, which is all right considering that it's a freeze-dried meal because they tend to be very high in sodium. So wow, look at that. Rehydrated perfectly. Let me give that a whiff. Smells like exactly how you expect it to smell like. Tomatoes, peppers, beans, onions, spices. I mean, how much better does this get? All right, so let's put this in a bowl. Or at least some of it in a bowl. I'm not gonna put all of it in a bowl. It's actually a lot of food, so you're not gonna be able to. You're actually gonna be able to fill up probably 2 bowls of this, or a bowl and a half. There's still lots of food in there, like this much. All right, let's try it. So visually, it looks like expected freeze-dried food. Could also be some form of vomit or diarrhea, but Depends on how you look at it. But if you're hungry, this is perfect. All right, let's try it. I could have left the rice in there for a bit longer. It's ever so slightly crunchy, but that doesn't take away from the flavor at all. The beans, they melt in your mouth. All right, let's take another couple bites before anything else. Oh wow, I have to say, the chicken is very, very tender. Very tender, rehydrated very well. This tastes like the normal Mountain House chicken and rice, but with a Mexican kick. And a couple extra ingredients. Beans, more tomatoes, peppers, so yeah. Oh wait, this bite's gonna have a lot of chicken in there. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. Wow. It's so good. Oh yeah. Hot sauce. How can you make a meal any better than hot sauce, Ken? The color looks pretty normal. It's like a light orangish red. Let's mix it up in there, add some heat to it. It's gonna taste so much better. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, that kick. It's so good. Overall, a very hearty meal. There's nothing artificial about this at all. It's freeze-dried, and the ingredients are very simple. I don't know where it says, but there you go. For a freeze-dried meal, this is very, very standard, and it's very minimal when it comes to any sort of preservatives or anything really. It's just starches and spices and everything. It's really good. It's fantastic. So with a kick, so this actually doesn't have any spice to it without the hot sauce. So one packet of hot sauce might not be enough for the entire thing, but it's definitely enough for a bowl. So take a couple more bites and then we'll see. Here's an olive, by the way. Not much flavor in the olive left. It's a bit chewy, but all the components mix really well. So I'm gonna give this meal a 9 out of 10. The only reason why I won't give it a 9.5 is because way too much sugar in there. And paired with all this, it's overloading your taste buds. But in the field, it's very effective. It's useful. It has a lot of utility. You can save components for later. Very calorie dense, so definitely good. But in terms of taste, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll try to post next week. I'm gonna try to buy a US humanitarian MRE sometime soon, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, stay safe, guys, and see you next time.